People often ask the victims of emotional and psychological or spiritual abuse, if it was that harmful, why didn't you leave? The thing is that such type of abusive environments, where there is emotional and psychological abuse involved, you are not trapped in chains and cuffs. It's your own emotional, the contrast of the emotional experiences that you're having in that environment. That is what keeps you chained in such environments. When there is alternate experience of love and fear with the same person or with the same environment, your brain gets addicted to those small moments of love. When someone keeps you stressed for a long time, there is a lot of release of cortisol in your body. And when then suddenly there is, they show you attention, affection, love, suddenly the cortisol level drops and the oxytocin and dopamine level rises. And if this emotional reward is unexpected, then the amount of dopamine and oxytocin that is released, it's higher than when it happens with someone who is not going through that level of stress, who is not experiencing those amounts of cortisol, and if that positive emotional experience is predictable. In toxic environments, the positive emotional experiences are unpredictable. They are given unpredictably to keep the person hooked to them or to in the environment. It's called as intermittent reinforcement, when the person does not knows when their efforts will bring some emotional rewards. So this is what happens. So it's the contrast of the alternating emotional experiences, like there is warmth followed by threat followed by relief. So love bombing, the intense love, the intense experiences of the positive things, affection, attention, validation, care, and approval, they feel like divine acceptance in toxic faith system. It feels like it's coming from the divine. People relate it to the divinity, that God is happy with me, that's why I'm being rewarded emotionally, positively right now. And any fear feels like divine disapproval. If I disapprove, if I'm afraid because I've done something wrong, or if I'm not able to impress, or if my actions or thoughts or anything is not approved and I have fear because of that, it's because the divine is disapproving me of that. So we relate everything with the divinity. So your nervous system gets trained to believe that the same hands that wound you are the only ones who can soothe you. So this is how intensity starts looking like belonging, and suffering starts to feel like spiritual growth. So this emotional storm that is you're going through, this is the reason why you stay stuck in environments like that. This alternate love and fear creates trauma bonding, makes you trauma bonded to the person or the environment that is hurting you. And I must tell you that trauma bonds always work for one person. It's always the victim who feels intensely attached to their perpetrator because of these trauma bonds. Perpetrator never feels any attachment or any bonding with the victim, because they are not going through that rise and fall of cortisol and dopamine and oxytocin. So their brain is not bonded, but the bonding is one side. It's always the victim in such relationships who is bonded. And this is how the love, fear, and trauma bonding work together to keep individuals emotionally trapped, even when they recognize that this pattern is unhealthy. During the stressful period, they know that something is off, something is wrong. But then that unpredictable moment of love, care, support, validation, attention, affection comes, and again they drop their guards and they get more and more attached. And every such unexpected moment of emotional rewards reinforces trauma bonds more and more.